Okay, team, next up we're going to learn about Python dictionaries. We just learned about sets. So they're used to store data in key value pairs. Here's an example. Here's this dictionary. I don't think that's a good name, actually. So let's call this car info, because that's really what it is. It's saying, yo, what's the brand? Okay, it's a Ford. What's the model? Oh, it's a Mustang. What's the year? Oh, it's 1964. If I run it and I can print car info, it doesn't print it in any particularly like interesting or helpful way, but I want to draw your attention to the structure. It's a key and then a value and then a comma. Or sorry, a key, a colon, a value, and then a comma. And so we've got sets of those key value pairs. They can be anything. So I'll say letters to numbers is going to be my new dictionary. And I'll say, yo, A, and then I put a colon. I'll call that one 1. B, I'll call that 2. And C. Okay, so again, comma separated, but then the things that are in there are a key and a value. So here the A is the key, or the string is the key, and the number is the value. If I run that, then I can print letters to num. That's not that interesting. It just prints it out like that. The more interesting thing is we're able to use that dictionary. So again, car info is a dictionary. That's what it's referencing. And I can look things up. I can be like, yo, what is the brand? And if I look up what is the brand, it can tell me, oh, it's a Ford. Or similarly here, I can say print what is the value associated with the letter B. And we can see the value associated with the letter B is the number 2. So, oh look, syntax error, unexpected end of file while parsing, and it points out that line. So I forgot my close parenthesis here. Okay, so it looks up that value too. So here it goes from a key to a value. Here I ask it, yo, what's the value associated with this key? Okay, dictionaries are technically ordered, but we can't use an index to access elements. Okay, so here I can say, yo, what is the value associated with that key? And it can tell me 2, or I can look up that 3. I cannot say, yo, what is the value at index 0? Here we get a key error. It's like, yo, that key's not in there because it doesn't know to treat it as an index, because the normal way we interact with a dictionary is we ask it, what's the value associated with this key? So here's the key, give me the value. Just as a review of lists, that's different than list. So I'll say my list. If that's my list, I could say, yo, print my list at index 0, and that'll print the A, or the 2 will print the C. So here I'm using an index to look up a value. The big idea with dictionaries is we use this thing before the colon, any one of those, a key to look up the value. We can't put any duplicates in our dictionary. So if I tried to duplicate this line, and you can think about how it doesn't make sense of like, well, if I look up the value for the letter key or for the string C, if I look up the value associated with the key C, like what should it be? Should it be 3 or should it be 4? I'll run this code block. And then when I get it, I get 4, and we can look at why that is. If I print out just letters to num, it just will have ignored the first value we gave it for C. So it kind of overwrote it. That's really similar to when we worked with sets. If I define a set to have 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, a bunch of 3s in there, and then I run it, actually my set is only going to have a single 3 in it. It just sort of ignores it. So if we try and put duplicates in it, it just takes the last one. Similar to if we try and put duplicates in a set, it only keeps one of them. Like strings and sets and lists, dictionaries have a length, and we can put any kind of stuff in a dictionary. So here a key is colors, and then here actually the value is, see if you recognize what type that is. That's a list. We can ask it what type it is. So the type of it is a dictionary. And then here's one where we can use the dictionary constructor, and I find actually the syntax quite confusing. So the other times we made a dictionary, let me get one to compare it to. We put the keys in as strings. Here it seems like kind of an undefined variable. But when I run this code, it works. And maybe I'll call this like person info because it's about one person. And then if I print person info, you can see it's changed those all into strings. I think we don't use this too much in CS105, and I find it a little counterintuitive that it's just like totally fine with this, what looks like an undefined variable. But really the way to think about it is here are variable definitions that I'm defining sort of within this dictionary. So here I was saying A is the key associated with 1, and here I'm saying name, which we'll treat as ultimately in the end as a key that's a string, is associated with John. So here, when we use that dictionary constructor, we don't use the colon, we use an equal sign. Then the second reading, we've already looked at how to access dictionary items. So we put in the key and we get back the value. Another way to do that without the square brackets is to use get. Okay, this one's more important than get above. We can get all the keys. So here I can say letters to num dot keys, and that's going to get me all the keys. I'll print that list. So it gives me that key dictionary. Sorry, it gives me essentially a list of all those keys. And similarly, we can get the values, and that gets us all those values, essentially a list of those values, and we'll be able to work with it like it's a list. We'll also be able to get the items, which is actually all the pairs, but that'll become more relevant once we start processing dictionaries in loops, so using repeated action.